You know, earlier today I had a realization, a revelation, if you will, that I know I'm growing up because most of my spare time I choose to spend not by doing whatever will give me the most fun, but improving myself. I was homeschooled for, well, the latter half of my childhood and all through my teenagehood, which was absolutely awesome, but it did mean that if there were certain skills that my parents didn't have, well, I didn't learn those. And I mean, yeah, some things like I did, practice a lot and teach myself, like photography and video, but that was because I had a specific passion for it, and it wasn't like something I had to work to improve upon. It was just fun. That was why I did it. But there were some other things that were not fun. You know, my mother was always very much into health and exercise and that whole world. And I guess because I was around it 24/7 and it was so heavily pushed upon me, I kind of pushed against it. You know, I kind of resented exercise. And that was like my whole shtick when I was with her. She'd be like, come on, let's go, go, go. And I was like, ugh. But now I'm not. I've moved out. I'm no longer in my parents' house 24/7, and I've realized that, darn it, I'm gonna grow old, right? I'm gonna be 50, and I would prefer my limbs to continue to work at 50. So, that's one of the reasons that I spent so much money on this Apple Watch, is because it, like, every day it has those rings that you have to, like, close, and it pushes you to exercise more. And to me, that was worth the cost. And so since I bought it, granted, not every day, I think I've skipped 2 days, but beyond that, I've made sure to go on a roughly like 3-mile walk or run every morning. Granted, I know 3 miles is not that much, but it's a whole lot better than what I was doing before. And because I'm getting so much more exercise, my body's like craving actual good food, which is amazing, right? I feel a lot better now, which is just really cool. And honestly, this like success has really inspired me. There are other things that I want to make myself better at, such as... That's right, for the first time in my life, I've been trying to teach myself music, and it's been going... okay. Granted, it's not going nearly as like smoothly or quickly as it could be going because I'm basically just teaching myself, which is very difficult when you don't have any experience in music. You know, you don't know music theory, you can barely tell a note from a chord. But darn it, I want to better myself and my skills. I want to be better at this whole life thing, you know? Honestly, what's next on the docket for me after I finally learn how to play this frickin' thing is to sing. Because I've wanted to be able to sing my entire life, but I don't know how. I don't know like scales or anything. I can't tell good singing from bad singing. Like I hear people talking about like pitch and key, and I'm just like, I know there's like that thing where you hit the C on the piano and you try and match that with your voice, but I can't tell when it matches and when it doesn't. They all to me sound like they work. So that is next on the docket, on the checklist, on the to learn list actually. But you know what? I'm glad. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's kind of fun to learn new skills. Like I was expecting to feel better when I exercised. I was expecting to like enjoy playing the ukulele more and more. But you know what I was not expecting? The rush of self-confidence. You know, I always thought of these things as like, oh, they're not for you, right? Like you, what makes you you is set in stone, and these things just happen to not overlap. Therefore, you will never be good at these things. They will never be a part of you. And realizing, no, that's empowering. It freaking gives you confidence to be able to think like, you know what, in the future, if there's something that, like a skill that you want, it's not this big impossible task. Like, you literally just have to do it. That's all. I'm proud of myself. And that's a really good feeling. And it's really freaking nice. I think what's next on my like to-do list after learning how to sing is freaking learning another language. Because that's something I kind of completely missed out on in school. Like, I don't know how it was in your school, but mine personally, I remember in California, we had to take some courses in Espanol. Because we're in California. Like, Mexico is very close to us. There's a very high, Spanish-speaking demographic here. And then for some reason, when I moved to NC, I remember for that 1 year that I was in a school, we were required to learn French. Le plume is literally the only thing I can remember. And darn it, like my old thought process would have gone something like, oh, well, you can't do that. That takes years and years and you don't care that much. But you know what? Darn it, I've realized I can! I can! It's that freaking self-confidence boost. It's so empowering. It's so nice. So, yeah, just a little bit of encouragement for your day today. Go out there and take a nice walk around your neighborhood. Basically, is I guess where I'm going with this. That'll be my takeaway. That'll be my call to action, as YouTube recommends that you do. This is a freaking squeaky chair. I know. It really bugs me when I'm editing this. I'm like, Chris, shut your chair up. I'm sorry. It just kind of does that. It's a super cheap chair from Office Depot. But yeah, not to sound like literally every motivational speaker out there, but yeah, I mean, self-confidence, man. It's a beast. Go do something new today.